Sit back and get ready to have the most fun you ever had with an electronic device. All right, everybody, welcome out to the Get On With It Sports Show. It is Wednesday, October. It's not October, it's November. November the 9th it is, 2022. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me as always is none other than Mr. RadioPete and Mr. Harry Lug Nutz. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are you on this second show of the month of November of this year?
About the same as the first one.
Myself included. So, yeah, it's how's the week going for you?
Okay.
You know what? I forgot to ask you guys during the last show.
What's that?
How was your Halloweens?
Pretty uneventful.
Yeah. Sunday, Saturday, actually. If you want to include the weekend, right? Saturday actually hosted trivia at a brewery in New Jersey, and shocker, right? And that was pretty fun. They had a Halloween costume contest. The questions were Halloween related, so it was pretty fun. Had a good time. I enjoy hosting trivia like that. Sunday, hit up a couple breweries, watched the Giants lose, watched the Jets lose. Monday, worked all day. Got home between 7 and 8, so it was just a work day.
Yeah, it was just a work day for me too. Did you have a lot of kids?
Yeah. Just as there was a ton of kids here. And went through bags and bags and bags of candy, and to the point where she almost had me go back out and get some more when I got home at like 7:30. But she said she thought we had enough, and we had just enough. We had enough to have like maybe one or two pieces ourselves afterwards. Once it stopped, we were good. So she made the right call. She bought the right amount of bags. So
I was ill prepared. For. I think I had two groups of kids come on Monday, and I gave them Sharpies.
I was going to say, did you hand out life advice?
No, but I gave some Sharpies. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So, well, I mean, you are in Denver. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. Just give the parents some beer, right?
I was just saying, give out a course.
That's everywhere.
That's true.
I try to avoid it. I don't want the kids are fine. It's their parents that I don't want to deal with.
Exactly. So,
I was happy because I did have the little kids always come around in the afternoon,
right.
And I did a good job decorating. Last year after Halloween, I bought a bunch of new stuff, and I did okay because a bunch of them didn't come to the house. They were too scared by
what was
stuff we had. Like a little toddler said, like, I'm not going over there. Forget it.
Nice.
So
nice.
To me, that was a success.
That's
not that
I
don't like little kids or anything, but
Halloween
should be scary, and it was too scary that they didn't want to come to the door. So that was
we need more scary and less slutty in Halloween. Not that I'm complaining about the slutty, but we could take any costume now and make it slutty. If you want to dress slutty, you don't need a special day out of the year. I mean,
No, but you know what? The other thing I was going to say is it was good that the kids the little toddlers and stuff didn't come to the door, because
you were dressed slutty.
I had the slutty Frankenstein on. And,
right.
It was pretty.
I don't want to know what that is, but yeah. Slutty Frankenstein. That's
Slutty Frankenstein.
Yeah. It's a good band name.
And now this is of course a week and a half ago.
That's what he was, Slutty Frankenstein, a week and a half ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was last night and about 4 nights ago as well. It was very popular
for the right amount. Yep, you'd be slutty.
Yeah,
slutty.
My wife liked it, and some of the only fans liked it.
Sure, less talking.
Exactly. Which we got. So we the weekend before Halloween, however, I did make my way out to Montauk. Did one of the craft beer podcasts out there, and I ran into somebody.
You were privy to Pete's OnlyFans meet and greet.
There you go.
That's right.
Pete was doing a meet and greet at the brewery we were doing the podcast at, so it worked out, and we were able to. So Pete was actually
saw Slutty Frankenstein in person.
Yes, Pete was actually on the craft beer podcast.
Nice.
Out there at in Montauk at the brewery, so it was pretty fun.
Did you make them guess how many beer tabs were in a bag?
I could have made him guess how many beers it would take me to pass out, but took
I'm
about
guessing,
half one.
Guessing about 12.
1.5, actually.
Right.
I drank about a half of one, and I was slurring my words even
Nice.
more than
Perfect.
usual.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
I am a total. Well, I think the samurai asked me if I was a lightweight.
Right.
Did anyone ever call you a lightweight? And the joke I thought of afterwards was, well, not when I'm on a scale,
Right.
but when I drink, absolutely. I
Right.
do not drink very much, so but that
Well,
was a good time.
Well, I did bring it up on that show, but I do have to, and we've shown this picture many times on the show. Okay. This particular night, you were not in any way, shape, or form could be construed as a.
That's when I could still drink. Yeah.
Of course, this is over 21 years ago, but in any event, yeah. So
it looks in this picture to me, it looks like you're plotting what to do with my dead body.
In this picture, you look like one of the 9/11 bombers, John.
That's bad.
And Pete looks like a member of Madness.
He's about to say one step beyond.
Actually, you both kind of look like you're in some weird new wave cover band or something.
That just wears white shirts.
The clean white shirts.
Yeah, some strange, synth rock band, some krautrock duo from Deutschland.
We only do like old covers of old R&B songs.
R&B, yeah, right.
No, I was thinking more like old Kraftwerk or like Depeche Mode covers.
601. Yeah.
We play Kraftwerk only on acoustic instruments.
That's right. That's right.
So I got to dig. One of these days I got to dig out the picture from just after about an hour after that when you're sleeping on the conference room table.
I want to see
pizza
that
boxes.
Picture. I keep hearing it exists. I don't.
It exists. I will find it. I will find it. I will scan it. It will be on the show next week. So, but whatchamacallit, I will do that. But in any event, the following day, all right, heading back off the island.
Are we talking in recent time or back?
No. 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay.
After he was on the Craft Beer podcast, went up to Northport and had a little dinner at Brucci's with Mr. Pete himself.
So you saw him 2 days.
Just 2 days. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we went back to the house, and there's a reason I tell you that we went back to the house.
Which house are you talking about?
The house that he's in right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now, the reason,
right? I know.
So the reason I tell you that now, see, now
did you see what I did there? I made him say my house.
Yeah.
I wanted him to say our house, but
our house.
It was the madness.
In the middle of the street.
My house. It's in the middle of our street. Right.
Our house. Yeah.
So
we used to live on the property. Now we're in the middle of the street.
Exactly. So now I want you to
You're going to be so jealous, Harry Lug.
You're going to be really jealous.
You're going to see next.
Look what's behind him right now. You see that you've seen it before. The shelves with the Jets poster.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The ball gag.
There you go.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah. Proof that
this was. Let me just say, this was far and away, without a doubt, the highest grossing OnlyFans session ever.
Absolutely. Grossly, it was called Grossly Fans.
My youngest child is a senior in high school. We didn't know if he was going to go to college.
Right. Now he is.
We can afford it now.
Are you into middle-aged men who wear sports jerseys? Well, I got a treat for you. John's biggest OnlyFans thing is that instead of being requested to wear something sexy, people request him to wear their favorite sports team shirt.
Right, exactly. I'll put it on for you and enjoy it. So
that's right.
So yeah, Johnny in the in the man cave.
Please put on the Steelers hat and tell me we're going to draft the receiver next year.
And I'm telling you, I was sitting in that chair he's sitting in right now. I was sitting
felt powerful, didn't you?
I felt powerful, a little sticky, but powerful nonetheless.
Comes with the territory.
Yeah,
quite literally.
So, no pun intended.
None whatsoever. All right. So on that note, why don't we jump right into it?
Okay.
Right? And let's do this week's Just a Quickie. What do you think?
Well, yes. In the spirit of you sitting on Pete's chair.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was a longie. So, anyway, all right, here we go. Actually, I take that back. Let's not do that. No, let's do it, and then I'll do it. We'll break it up like that. You'll see. Anyway,
All right.
Our producer's a little neurotic.
No, I'm back and forth. No, there was something else I wanted to do, but we'll do it after this. So we're doing it just a quickie. We're in it. Here we go.
Just a quick.
We're going to start with Pete. You're both same question for both of you. We'll start with Pete. My all-time favorite sports movie is, and I use that this week because I'm wearing the Bobby Boucher #9 Waterboy SCLSU Mud Dogs jersey. So, and that's not mine. I just am wearing the jersey for effect. But my all-time favorite sports movie is, Pete.
Oh, man.
What could it be? What could it be?
Well, how much sports has to be in the movie for it to be a sports movie?
As long as it's
mostly about sports, right?
Just sports is the basic idea of the movie. You know, I mean, there can be obviously plenty other plot lines, storylines, or whatever, but a sports movie, right? It's.
I'm gonna say The Natural.
There you go.
I know a lot of people pan that movie, but I don't know. It's when it's on, and I mean, there's plenty of movies that I'll watch if I'm flipping through, but
Fair enough.
that one, I always just kind of watch it pretty much till the end.
There you go. I hear you.
I've certainly seen it more than any other.
That'll work. Harry, your all-time favorite sports movie?
Gus, the field goal kicking donkey. No.
I'm not the garbage picking, field goal kicking with Tony Danza.
Yeah,
that's right. I think it's more obvious. I'm torn between two. I feel like it's either Field of Dreams, which I'm going to go with, but my second pick was Hoosiers. But I think it's Field of Dreams. I'm going to go with Field of Dreams.
Oh, yeah, Hoosiers is that's definitely in my top 3 too.
Yeah, Hoosiers is in my top 3, and if I got to be honest, I really believed Harry was going to go with Hoosiers. But my just in case you're playing along at home, my all-time favorite sports movie is definitely Field of Dreams.
So I got it.
There you go. There you go. All righty. Well, this isn't me you guessing what was mine. It was wanting to know what yours was. Wanting to know what yours was.
Oh, I was guessing what yours was.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I thought the question was.
No. This is the question. Is you're saying my all-time favorite sports movie?
I was guessing yours.
Right.
Mine all-time is Slapshot. I mean, without a doubt.
That's what I was gonna say. I would have sworn that was your favorite one.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. I thought it was your favorite. Meaning, anyway, I took it too literally, but I still got it right both times. I knew what mine was and yours.
There you go. Without even trying. There you go. All right, cool. Awesome. Right, that's tonight's just a quickie. All right, let's back up. Back up to this. I got just a little business to take care of. First of all, I just want to put this up really quick here. This was an actual location. This was an actual picture taken. This is not edited in any way, shape, or form. My question to you two is: would you eat here? Would you eat here? Okay. There we go. All right. For those of you listening to the audio podcast and not watching, it's a pop-up street food in New York, street food pop-ups in New York. And the title of the name of the company is Jerk Off the Grill. And I paused there purposely because there's no pause there.
I would not, only because it's probably jerky that they're selling, so I don't really, or jerked meats, which is not. But two, the main reason why I wouldn't eat their marketing and their logo is horrible.
Yeah.
I think it's Caribbean food.
Caribbean, there you go.
It's jerk chicken and
definitely not. Maybe if they had, maybe if they
favorites. Had, I would definitely eat there.
If they had some collard greens, maybe, or some greens, maybe I would do it.
Jerk off the grill. All right.
Well, you get it. Jerk coming off the grill.
All right. I get it. So they're not directing you as to what to do, right? But it says smells good, looks good, tastes even better. I'm sorry, it's just a little too much.
For people not looking at the picture too, they don't really have a protective sneeze guard or anything. They have what looks like saran wrap which is about 6 inches wide, stretched across the front.
About where they figure most of their customers' faces would be.
I don't know if that's where their faces would be, because if you look at the people behind him, I think it's right where the jerk would be.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a sneeze guard.
The jerking would be.
That's a jerk guard.
It's a jerk.
Yeah, that's
Those of you who want to check this out, go to the Facebook Live. Well, you can rewatch it. Look at about 15 minutes into this video, so you can check that out. But yeah,
I would give it a shot. Why not?
Pete has eaten there before, by the way.
Jerk off the grill, right?
He's eaten there many times.
Well,
did you say he's eaten there many times, or he's beaten there many times?
Well, he'll beat you there, and he'll eat you there.
It's first one, then the other. And if you do it right, they give it to you free.
There you go. Right. You get it for free.
That's right.
You jerk off the grill correctly, then
he doesn't like to eat too fast. There, he likes to take his time.
There you go. It's got
some wonderful sauces too.
There is. That's right. That's what the saran wrap is for. You just take your meal and rub it on the saran wrap. Yeah. It's a dipping cloth.
Oh, we've gone down a hole. All right. Anyway, all right. There we go. So that's that bit.
Would you like it to go box?
Would you like it to go box?
A piece of our dipping cloth.
Could you wrap mine up in some of the guard, please?
The dipping plastic is attached to the dipping rod. So anyway, all right. On that note, and then one other thing
I'll just say this about jerk off the grill. Their jerked loin is magnificent.
Today's episode of Get On With The Podcast brought to you by Jerk Off the Grill, found in all 5 boroughs of New York City. On the street, beat your meat with Jerk Off the Grill.
Jerk Off the Grill, exactly. And we'd be remiss to not let you know that it is definitely a food pop-up. Okay.
Also, the show brought to you by 12-year-old boys humor.
Right.
Boy, I'm glad you said humor.
Our demographic of boys 10 to 16 is going to shoot through the roof.
They're going to send right up there. Yeah, that's it.
Or just anyone male.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right.
With an IQ of a 12-year-old boy.
Exactly. All right. Let's move on to tonight's quiz.
The quiz. Is this the 6 and keep 4?
Tonight's quiz is brought to you by Jerk Off the Grill. Popping up and everywhere you need it to be. Jerk Off the Grill.
All right.
I think we need to contact them.
I think we need some awkward silence right about now.
Here we go. All right. Tonight's quiz, let's put it up, is top New York Giants offensive players from 1960 to 1980.
Jesus Christ.
Top New York Giants offensive players.
Time.
I picked ones you've heard of, I promise. Don't worry.
Right.
Top New York Giants offensive players from 1960 through 1980. Here we go.
Is that 1960 through 80 inclusive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. All right, here we go. All right, write these down. I'm going to give you 6. You got to keep 4. 2 got to go. Write these down. Here we go. Y.A. Tittle. Y.A. Tittle.
Or tits, as they used to call them.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Y.A. Tittle. Rosie Brown. Roosevelt Brown. Rosie Brown.
All right.
Homer Jones.
Old Homer.
Homer Jones. Mm-hmm. Franny Baby. Fran Tarkenton. We had a couple of viewers out there that are older but not old enough to say, Fran Tarkenton played for the Giants? Yes, he did.
There's people out there going, who the hell are any of these people?
That too. There's plenty of those. Ron Johnson. That's Ron Jeremy.
That's not Ron Swanson?
No, that's Ron Swanson. Yeah, exactly. Ron Johnson.
He's one of the principal owners of Jerk Off the Grill.
Yes.
It was.
And Larry Zonka. the Zonkster, Larry Zonka. So once again, we got Y.A. Tittle, Rosie Brown, Homer Jones, Fran Tarkenton, Ron Johnson, and Larry Zonka. It's the Giants. Harry, you go first. Start us off.
Oh, I don't know. I think you got to keep old. You got to keep Fran Tarkenton. You got to keep Rosie. You got to keep old Tits on the list. Zonka and Johnson are the ones that I'm. I don't know. Homer Jones. How many years did he play for the Giants? 5 or 6. Really?
7 or 8, maybe. He played a couple of 2 or 3 Pro Bowls. Yeah, he's two Pro Bowls. 2 with Fran Tarkenton throwing to him too. So.
All right, so I'm going to get rid of Ron Johnson and Larry Zonka. Zonka didn't have great years with the Giants, so and he's also just part of one of the most miserable plays in the history of the New York Giants.
Most miserable play,
Zonka's a Dolphin. Yeah,
most miserable play, or the play that turned everything around for the team.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah,
because of its miserableness,
I'm gonna get rid of Johnson and Zonka.
All right. Radio Pete.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess you got to keep Tark. You got to keep Tittle.
Mm-hmm.
Roosevelt Brown, I know from previous lists, was good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of the best Giants of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was definitely on our top 10.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what position he played. Was he a lineman?
He was an offensive lineman, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Zonka, I don't know. Wasn't he kind of offensive as a person? Or was he a good guy? I don't know.
No, he was...
like personality-wise, was he cool or was he...
He was a good guy.
It's Larry Zonka. If I saw him, I'd tell him he's cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I know him. I don't know anything about Homer Jones other than what you just said. And Ron Johnson, that's not even his real name, I don't think. That's a name you give to the cops, a fake name you give to the cops. So, yeah, I think probably I would agree with Harry, but just for the sake of being different, I'll say Johnson and Homer Jones. They got to go.
All right. So Pete's keeping Tittle, Brown, Tarkenton, and Zonka, and Harry's keeping Tittle, Brown, Jones, and Tarkenton. There you go.
There we go.
And just out of curiosity, and I've said it before, see if either of you remember. Do you know what the YA in YA Tittle stands for?
Young American.
Very good. Young American Tittle.
Is it really?
No.
It's something. Yeah, it's like Yakarov Aberton or something like that.
That's not too. That's not too far up, actually.
Yeah, I think maybe the A is like a normal name, but the first one is very not your typical American.
Well, name a typical American name that starts with Y. First name.
Well, I don't know what it is. It's like Yurgatin or Yurgatron or I can't remember. But I think the A is like Elohim or I don't know. Abraham.
I'm going to say it stands for
Alabama.
What
Abraham
the coaches used to yell at him before he got good, which was "You asshole, Tittle."
That's right.
So I'll go with "You asshole."
You asshole. Use assholes.
Use assholes.
Use asshole, Tittle.
Yeah.
Harry, you got the A on that last ditch guess there. The A is Abraham.
Abraham, all right, Alhambra, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's what you call it? It's Yelberton Abraham.
Yelberton.
Yurgatron.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Yurgatron Alejandro Tittle. No, it's Yelberton Abraham.
Yelberton.
Yelberton.
Is he the only person ever named Yelberton?
The only one I know of ever named Yelberton. So, Yelberton Abraham Tittle. Y.A. Tittle.
Yelberton.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So, all right.
All right.
Good quiz, gents. Good quiz. All right. I got another quickie thing for you over here, meme-wise.
Alrighty.
All right. So I got to ask both of you this. All right. First of all, this is Tom Brady's been announced. He's the winner of the 2022 award for the dumbest man in the world. All right. He's the winner of the 2022 award for the dumbest man in the world. And the reason is this, and I can ask both of you and you can answer. All right. Let me hear me out completely before you answer the question. All right. If you were a 45-year-old quarterback that's already won 7 Super Bowls, okay, would you choose to keep playing for a team that changed head coaches to one that's not as good per se as the last one that you were just with, that you won
a
Super Bowl with,
that he wanted,
right? On a team that is declining in talent to a point, all right. And even after you've already won those 7 rings and you've already been unanimously named the greatest of all time as far as quarterbacks go, and you're a lock for the first ballot Hall of Famer, okay, first ballot Hall of Famer, would you choose that? Or would you choose to retire, start your 10-year, $375 million Fox Sports contract, which, by the way, is more money than you've ever made to begin with, and you get to keep this?
Well, the latter part of that showing, I'm guessing, is Giselle's ass.
This was posted on Instagram, so I'm not doing anything wrong here. But
you didn't take the picture yet.
I didn't take the picture.
Sharing the Instagram post.
Pete Davidson actually.
We could take that down. Yeah, Pete, he'll probably be the next one banging her. I'll start with the last and then work my way to your previous questions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just proves marriage isn't meant to work. For every look, he has a bit easier chance of getting another supermodel than he does winning another Super Bowl. So I don't blame him. Look, he didn't really want to retire. That's what this tells me. And yes, things aren't working out as he planned. Mm-hmm. But Tom Brady last year, arguably, I think, should have won the MVP. Mm-hmm. He was a couple plays away from going back to another Super Bowl and potentially winning back-to-back Super Bowls. There's only one person that I can remember, and maybe there's others, but the only person that comes to mind that did it right was John Elway. But he still came back. He won a Super Bowl finally, and then he tested fate and came back, and he got lucky a little bit and won that second Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Meaning he stayed healthy and he had a great running back and offensive line. But even he knew then, is like, all right, I'm not pushing this again. I'm going out, taking the white horse, running off the field with my Super Bowl victories. There's very few people who have ever retired on the top. Even Michael Jordan came back to play for the Wizards. You know, It's just a hard thing for these guys who are at the highest level of sport to do.
Yeah. But I get you, and I do agree with what you're saying. But the fact that he's 45, he's gonna be 46 after the season's done, right? And you know what? I mean, yeah, okay. You know what? We don't know. I said that tongue in cheek, no pun intended.
He's still a top 10 quarterback in the league.
I said that tongue in cheek. Please, no pun intended. All right.
He's still top 10, maybe top 6 quarterback in the league.
Well,
yeah. I would do it. I'd play till the wheels fall off if I could. Right. Absolutely.
And we don't know exactly what was going on at home either. And the reason I say that, and that was a modeling picture. She had posted that on Instagram, and all. And but I used that. Hey, you know what? I've actually done this back and forth with a couple of.
You showed people women. Brady's ass.
Right, the other way, right? Exactly.
Yeah. So she's given up. Look at that ass.
Look at that, right? But yeah, it's. I personally would have. Me personally, after 7 rings, I probably would have retired. Of course, I'm not in that position, so I really can't answer that truthfully.
Yeah, and if you were married to Giselle, you would have died of a heart attack. So the point is moot.
Fair enough. All right.
All right. Here's the deal with this. Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead, John. You were about to say something.
I was done. I was going to say.
Okay. So here's the thing. We don't know what was going on in this marriage beforehand. It might not have been all roses, and then he said, "No, I'm not going to retire," and she said, "Well, then we're done." But maybe I'm sure that seems to be a factor, but it might not have been the only factor. Right? She always made more money than him. That might have been a sticking point, stuck in his craw, so to speak.
I think he's probably right now. That's probably making him really happy.
Yeah, right. He's going to get some of that. Look, Tom Brady is, and he seems like a pretty good guy, right? We've seen him with the golf tournaments and all this, and he's seems self-effacing. He's done commercials and appearances and all that stuff. But he lives in a world that is unreal for the average person. And it's not fair to think that that won't affect a person's judgment over a while, over time. So maybe he thought, doesn't really matter who the coach of this team is. We can still win because we got me. I don't, again, he doesn't seem like an arrogant jerk. Seems like a really good guy. But again, he lives in a world that we can't even begin to imagine, and that's just his professional world, let alone married to a supermodel and all that. So to say that his judgment may have been flawed, I think is fair in that respect. I don't know. Maybe winning Super Bowls is the only thing that makes him truly happy. He knows how much he's going to miss it. Even though he's making all that money for broadcasting, he doesn't need that money. He's got plenty of money. And he'll probably be a very good broadcaster. He's very personable and likable. He's got great stories. He's been in the league forever, right? So, but I mean, it's just, I don't think we can compare his experience and how it affects his thought process and say, well, I agree with you. I probably would have retired, but again, we're not in that world, so we don't really know what makes him tick.
Well, Justin Verlander has Kate Upton at home, coming off a year where he had major surgery. He could have retired. He's 42 years old. He came back, had a Cy Young year. Look, for these guys and gals, because I think it holds true for them as well. We saw that a little bit in the WNBA this year with two people one who finally retired. Super. I mean, this is what they've known their whole life, and there's
right. That's what they do.
And to be quite honest with you, what it tells me is that pursuit of winning a championship. He knows there's nothing else in life other than maybe his kids being born and his wife when they were on good terms. There's nothing else career-wise that's ever going to give them that satisfaction.
I'm sure it's addictive.
And look, it's not his fault that they're not the worst team in football. They're just not performing as well as everybody expects a Tom Brady team to do. He's still a top 7-6 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. And they have other issues too.
One interception this year.
Yeah, it's not like they just took. It's the same team and everybody's back,
no,
and not. It's a whole different. And look,
and he'll be back next year.
Todd Bowles has yet to prove that he is a quality NFL head coach. He didn't do it with the Jets, and it's now maybe he has a solid plan and could be a good coach, but this team is in something of a free fall, and as we just said, they're not whole.
They've got major holes.
They've got major problems, and he seems completely incapable of figuring out how to adjust for that. So, but maybe he just needs a little bit more time.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Okay, other than the obvious, the let's just call them the top five, the big five of the NFL, which is Mahomes, Allen. I guess you would have to
Brady, Rodgers.
Well, leaving Brady and Rodgers off of there. Other than Mahomes, I'm going to say it. Other than Mahomes and Allen, I would take Tom Brady over any other quarterback with a talented team to win me a championship right now.
What about Joe Burrow?
I would take Brady over Joe Burrow. Brady's done it. Burrow hasn't. I think if you give Brady Burrow's receivers, I think look, he's the thing that nobody talks about with Tom Brady is that yes, he's occasionally had some good players. He had a Randy Moss with a great year, but the best talent he had was the year that they lost to the Giants. He's won championships in the past with less talent than a lot of other teams that he was competing against.
What about Chad Pennington?
Exactly.
Take Brady over Chad Pennington?
I take Brady over Chad Pennington. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a big Tom Brady fan, and I actually am. And I'm basing it solely on what he does on the football field. Because I think there's some, with a lot of athletes that have this sort of platform, I always question some of the things, that they don't do as far as speaking up against certain things. And I think Brady could have spoken up or could, be more vocal about some things in the world, because I think people would listen to it. But I'll take Tom Brady over Aaron Rodgers. I'll take Tom Brady over a lot of people. I think he's going to play till he's 48 years old. And if Tampa Bay doesn't fix what's going wrong there, he'll be on another team. Yeah. I think he's going to play. I think this year is weighing on him.
Maybe go back.
But I don't think he's going to end his career like this. I don't.
Maybe go back to New England.
Yeah, that won't never happen.
All right. Cool.
And look,
that works.
And maybe it's a lot easier, even if you're losing a game, being a professional football player. While it's not easy, it's certainly where he prefers to be than a crumbling marriage and in a home without having a distraction or something to focus on like football, which he's been doing for 40 years of his life.
Fair enough. You make some good points there, Mr. Nutz. So
yeah.
All right.
45 is the new 38.
Yeah, that's what I hear. All right. Let's do this week's NFL history rapid fire quiz. What do you think? All right. Hold on.
Quickies and quizzes.
All right. Quick over under for me. 1.5.
Over.
1.5 right.
A 1.5. I'm going.
Will I get 1.5?
Will you get 1.5 right?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So you're going. So I'm going to get 2. You think?
All right.
All right. Do my best. John, what about you?
I'm gonna say I'm taking the 1.5 is the over.
Yeah. 1.5 the over under.
I'm taking the over.
He's got the answer written on a sticky note.
No, I'm taking the over.
Oh, by the way, this here is the
actual over under.
The answer for the the actual over under.
All right.
Oh wait, I think I wrote the over under. I wrote the number down again. I did the same thing as always. I have to change it.
All right,
I wrote the over under to the actual. All right, go ahead.
Fire it up.
I can get answers wrong while I'm writing.
While you're writing, here you go. All right. So this week's NFL rapid fire quiz, we go just to recap. Last few weeks.
Can it be shorter this week?
It depends on how quickly you guys answer. So
I'll try and be wrong. I'll try and be wrong faster.
All right, there you go.
Pete, who was the winning quarterback in the Jets' sole Super Bowl championship?
No, Pete.
Harry, how many people were in attendance during the Giants' first game at the Yale Center in 1973?
How many people went to get concessions during the first quarter break of the Jets' Super Bowl win?
I don't know how the hell you guys knew the first 3 questions, but that's pretty awesome. All right, here we go. Starting out with Pete. Here we go. Ready, Pete?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Here we go. Who did the Jets pick with their first overall pick, which was pick 18 in the 2000 draft? Who did the Jets pick with their first overall pick, which was in the first round, the 18th pick overall in the 2000 draft?
I'll say Darrelle Revis.
You would be wrong. You'd be
Doing it quickly, though.
Harry, for the steal.
I want to say Chad Pennington, but I think it's too obvious. I'm going to go with the answer
obvious
I gave earlier.
Forte.
It was, I forget his first name, but it was not Yurbachon, but his Abraham.
John Abraham.
John Abraham.
You would be wrong.
Okay, it was Chad Pennington.
It was Chad Pennington.
Fuck.
Pete, you should know this.
I'm waiting for you to throw me for a loop.
All
I
right.
thought it was too obvious.
All right. Harry, your first question. Here we go.
All right.
Who did the Giants pick with their first overall pick, which was the third pick overall in the first round of the 1984 draft?
Third pick overall in 84.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. That would be Lawrence Taylor.
Nope. That would be wrong. That would be wrong. Lawrence Taylor was the second pick overall in the 81 draft.
He won.
Yeah.
84.
Radio Pete.
I'll say Phil Simms.
Oh, no. That would be the seventh pick overall in the 79 draft.
I knew it
Phil
wasn't
Simms.
Sims. Was it Carl Banks?
It was Carl Banks.
Fuck. I knew that one too.
All right. So you're both 0 for 1. There we go. All right. Back to Pete. Here we go. Who did the 11-3 Jets beat in the championship game on their way to Super Bowl III?
Super Bowl III?
3. Well, the Jets have only been in Super Bowl III. So
Right.
who did the 11-3 Jets beat in the championship game on their way to, or to get to Super Bowl III?
I'll say Kansas City.
That would be a good guess, but it would be wrong. Harry?
What year was that?
1969. Well, 1968 technically, and then
I
January
don't
69.
know. That was an AFL championship game?
AFL championship game. Yeah.
San Diego Chargers?
That would be wrong. There you go. All right. Well, you both got it wrong, but I'll just tell you, it was the team that went to the Super Bowl from the AFL the year before.
The Oakland Raiders.
The Oakland Raiders would be correct. So, all right.
I knew it was a team that played in a baseball field.
Yeah. Harry, your second question. Here we go.
Mm.
The Giants lost 5 of 6 championship games.
Mm-hmm.
They went and lost in 58, 59, 61, 62, and 63. So 5 out of 6 years, they lost. They got to the championship game and lost to 3 different teams. Name 2 of them.
Well, they definitely lost to the Bears.
That's 1.
I knew that.
Boy, teams they lost to. So it was the Bears and probably the Colts.
Very good. Very good. They lost to the Colts in 58 and 59. They lost to the Packers in 61.
That was going to be my
62.
other guess. Okay.
61 and 62, and then they lost to the Bears in 63. So, and there you go. All right. Cool. Our first point of the day. Here we go. All right. Back to Pete. Pete, your third question. Here we go. When the last time the Jets had the first overall pick in the draft, who did they pick? You can tell me either what year it was, or you could either. I'll let you do either. You can tell me what year it was, or
well, I know what year the Jets had the first.
Well, maybe you knew. Maybe you knew. Maybe you knew. Maybe you knew.
No, there's no maybe I knew. That's even more of an obscure question. Last time they had the first pick.
First overall pick in the draft. Who did they draft?
I'll say Chad Pennington.
Well, no, because they used him with the 18th pick in the draft. That would be no. Harry for the steal.
How many times has it happened?
We'll get to that.
I'm going to say Keyshawn Johnson.
In 1996, the Jets had the first overall pick, the only time in their history they had the first overall pick, and they used it to draft Keyshawn Johnson. So there you go.
The only other answer I was going to have was Joe Namath. I thought maybe there was some sort of weird draft where that was their first pick. I don't know. But yeah, Keyshawn Johnson. That made sense. Yeah, I thought that was the case.
Keyshawn Johnson. Yep. All right.
Pretty good draft pick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we still got to listen to him every morning. But yeah,
he was a good Jet.
He's a good Jet. I actually loved his book. Just throw me the damn ball gag.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
I thought that was Charlie Sheen's book.
That's it. Yeah. All right, Harry. The last time the Giants had the first overall pick in the draft, who did they draft?
Saquon Barkley.
That was the number 2.
I know. Lawrence Taylor. No, was he the number 1? No. Did the Giants ever have a first overall pick?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go back. It's old, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Is it Y.A. Tittle?
The 49ers actually drafted Y.A. Tittle.
I was gonna say I don't know this one. I didn't.
The Giants had
what year?
The Giants had the first overall pick in the draft. Well, hold on. Pete for the steal.
I'll say Ryan Leaf.
No, it was not Ryan Leaf. All right. The Giants
it was I know this because I'm pretty sure it was Tucker Fredrickson.
It was Tucker Fredrickson.
Fuck.
So another one you knew that you didn't get.
I can't believe you didn't get that one.
Tucker Fredrickson.
Be ashamed of yourself.
1965, Tucker Fredrickson. They only had the first.
He used to have a bar on the east side. My uncle used to go to.
Tucker Fredrickson, yeah.
I met Marv Albert there once.
The only I remember that.
Yes.
The only other,
and it counts.
Yeah.
Would you like another drink? Yes, and it counts.
And it counts. The only other that was 1965 draft, by the way. The only other time they had the first pick overall was the 1951 draft, and that was Kyle Rote.
Oh, I wouldn't even know that. Who's Kyle Rote?
Kyle Rote.
Was he a running back?
No, he was a writer.
Wow.
Actually, his son was a soccer player.
Yeah.
Back in the old NASL days.
Yeah. Okay.
Junior.
That's why that name sounds familiar.
Here you go. Okay. Pete, your fourth question. Here we go. Who was the head coach of the Jets in 1978?
'78.
I'll say Walt Michaels.
That's the only one I can think of.
You would be correct, Pete. You're on the board. On the board.
Remember Walt Michaels? He was a pretty good coach.
Yep. All right, Harry, your fourth question. Who was the head coach of the Giants in 1978?
'78, the Giants head coach was, I could picture him, but I don't know his name. '78. I don't know.
RadioPete?
I'll say Ray Perkins.
If it was 1979, you'd be correct. 1979, Ray Perkins became the head coach. 1978 was Mr. John McVay,
Who went on to coach the Bucks, right?
who went to the front office, became a GM, and then the president of the 49ers, and helped build the dynasty. So
yeah, I knew it wasn't Perkins.
I
knew it wasn't Perkins. Yeah.
And he just passed away the other day, a couple days ago. He's actually Sean McVay from the Rams. That's his grandfather.
I'm just happy I named a coach from the same decade.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's a win for me. I should get a half point for that.
Who was the one after Perkins?
Parcells.
Was he right after Perkins? No.
Mm-hmm.
Was he?
Parcells was Ray Perkins' defensive coordinator.
That's right.
And special teams coach
Bill Belichick
was Bill Belichick.
Linebackers.
So, yeah. Well, no, under Ray Perkins was special teams. But anyway, yeah, John McVay was 91. He passed away the other day, just a couple days ago. So. No, I'm sorry. A week.
All right.
About a week ago.
About a week and a day.
Week and a day, somewhere in there. Anyway, so rest in peace, John. Anyway, but anyway, yes, and he was the apparently he was the one that put the play in for Pizarczyk to run the ball and hand off to Zonko. So, but we don't speak ill of the deceased, so there you go. Anyway,
Pizarczyk's still
alive. I was talking. Never mind. Okay, moving on to question number 5. Pete. Pete, here we go. The next question number 5 for each of you is a true or false question. So there's not going to be a steal, because if you get it wrong, all right. So unless you want to, I'll leave it up to you two. If you get it wrong, the other person gets a point.
No.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, that's just going to hurt me.
There you go. All right. Fair enough. Here we go. All right, Pete, your true or false question. Here we go. True or false? John Madden never had a losing season in his 10 years as a head coach. He's going with the coin.
Heads is true, tails is false.
All right.
It's false. That's wrong.
It's true. He never had a losing season as a head coach. He went 112, 39, and 7 in his 10 years as a head coach.
Jeez.
All right. Harry, your true or false? True or false? Lamar Jackson was selected in the second round of the draft.
What year was he selected?
2018.
I want to.
I think I object to these qualifying questions.
All right.
No, I don't really.
I think he was a first round pick, so I'm going to say, what was it? You're saying
true or false? Lamar Jackson was selected in the second round of the 2018 draft.
I'm going to say false.
It is false. He was selected in the first round with the 32nd pick, so he was one pick away from being in the second round.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay. So there you go. And I think we all can agree that the first pick in the draft that year was Baker Mayfield. So the last pick in round 1 is definitely far superior of a quarterback and athlete than the first pick in that draft.
Well, they have the same number of championships.
They do.
This is true. Which we call it. The second pick in that draft, however, was Saquon Barkley. But anyway. All right. Last question. Question number 6.
Same number of championships.
Here we go. Sixth question, number 6. Pete. Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
How many different stadiums?
Oh God! This wasn't his
In
last.
fact, if you use advertising as the second delimiter for those three guys, then Baker Mayfield comes out on top.
Oh well, definitely.
They all have the same number of championships, but he's been much more successful.
Saquon's not doing commercials for the Wiz locally.
I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
I'm sure Lamar Jackson must do commercials. We just don't see him here.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably in. Baker Mayfield's are nationwide.
Yeah,
Actually,
right,
no. I'm sorry. Peyton Manning's are nationwide.
No, it's not.
Baker Mayfield's are Geico.
That's right. I was going to say nationwide is on your side.
Yeah.
See where I went there? Anyway, all right. Pete,
All right, sorry.
question number 6. Here we go. How many different stadiums have the Jets and the Giants both played in? As a home stadium, not just in general. How many different stadiums have both the Jets and the Giants called?
So they have shared as a home
Same
stadium?
stadium was a home stadium for both the Jets and the Giants. How many different stadiums? Total. How many total stadiums?
Well, okay. Location-wise, not physical stadiums, right?
No, physical stadiums.
Okay, so if they knocked down one and built another one, then that counts as 2?
Physical stadiums.
Okay.
That they both had as home stadium.
It both had as home stadiums.
Okay. So not how many home stadiums have the Giants had, and then we add how many stadiums. Okay.
No.
They had to share them.
Both teams had these same stadiums as home stadium. Called them home.
Not necessarily at the same time. What? Harry goes, what year was it?
No, same. No, it doesn't matter.
And you go, not 2018.
No, that was
a question, and you go, hey.
He actually didn't give me the answer.
That wasn't an I don't know. That was a no. In other words, no.
That was I'm not going to tell you. That's what that was.
No, that wasn't. It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter. At the same time, not the same time, doesn't matter. They called them home stadiums. Whether it was the same time or not, no, it doesn't.
I'm just stalling, because I'm trying to
shifty back and forth.
Not that it's going to help me. I'm going to say 3.
You're going to say 3.
Yeah.
All right. You'd be wrong.
That would be incorrect.
That would be incorrect, sir. Harry for the steal?
Well, I know it's at least 2. I think they both played. I'm going to go 4.
You're going 4, huh? Which stadiums would they be?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What was Giant Stadium? What's now MetLife Stadium?
Well, if you're saying 4, you know this. You're thinking of the stadium.
The Yale Bowl and Yankee Stadium.
Okay. You get the point because you said 4 because that was the question. But no, actually, the 4 stadiums are the 4 stadiums that the Jets have ever played in. And that's the Polo Grounds.
Okay.
Giants and Jets both called the Polo Grounds home.
Yeah, that's the one.
So I got the answer right, but I got it wrong because I couldn't name all.
No, you didn't have to name them. I was just asking you. Shea Stadium.
Shea Stadium. I knew it was one of the
Giants played in Shea after the Yale Bowl. Before Giants Stadium, they played in Shea Stadium for a year. Giants Stadium and MetLife. So 4, yeah. So
yeah, I forgot about the Polo Grounds.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Shea was one of them.
Yeah, Shea is one of them. Okay, and Harry, your last question. Mm-hmm. When was the last time the Giants and Jets both had winning seasons? Not during this, the season's over. The regular season's over. They both
regular season winning season.
Regular season winning records.
The Jets. I think the Jets have had a winning season. 2010.
Holy shit. How the fuck did you pull that one out of your ass? 2010.
Because I knew the Giants had, it was either 2000, somewhere between 2010 and 2012. So I just picked 10.
2010. Giants were 10-6 and missed the playoffs by a game, and the Jets were 11-5 and made it to the championship game.
There you go.
And there you go. So, sorry, Pete, you didn't have a chance to steal there. I could think of another question for you as a consolation if you'd wish, but I'm going
I
to
would
say
just get it wrong. So
that. There you go. All right.
Can you recite back to me the 4 stadiums as follows that the Jets and Giants shared?
Yeah, you win the
Shea
game.
Stadium, the Polo Grounds, MetLife, and Giant Stadium.
Yeah.
In which order did they play in those stadiums?
There you
let's see.
go.
MetLife was first.
Right. All right. There you go.
Then Citi Field, and then the Orange Bowl.
And the orange ball, right? Exactly. All
All
right.
right. So what was the final tally? Do you have 3 or 4? You have 4
Ha-
this week, Harry?
Harry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5-1.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. 2 steals and 3 of his own.
Well, I appreciate
And I
your.
fucked up 2 other ones that I should have had.
3.
Yeah,
3
I
other ones,
appreciate
yeah.
your confidence in me going with the over. But I didn't get to 2,
I
did
think
I?
you got it. I think you got 2.
No, you got 1.
I got 1.
That's not true.
Walt Michaels. That was the only one.
I got Walt Michaels.
That's a good one.
Would you have gotten 2010? Would you have gotten that if he missed it and you stole it?
No, I was thinking like 2006.
Gotcha.
I think.
Fair enough. All right.
But no, I would have no idea what years were Giant.
It's a long time ago.
Winning seasons.
Well, if you think about it, obviously that was back when LaDainian Tomlinson was on the Jets, and the Jets went to the 2 championship games in a row. The Giants were winning.
Who'd they lose to in that championship game?
The first championship game they lost.
2010.
2010 they lost to the Steelers.
That's right.
They lost to the Colts.
Missed like 3 field goals. The Jets kicker, whatever his name was.
Who was that kicker?
I don't know.
Here's your chance to get it over 1.
Here you go.
It was Dickhead McFuckface was his name.
Dickhead McFuckface.
Jets kicker in 2010. I don't know.
I thought so. I thought so.
Oh
no, it wasn't. Yeah, 2010. Yep, it was. I'm right. All right.
That was Rex Ryan, right? Coaching. I remember those teams.
I'll give you a hint, Pete. He just beat you this past weekend. Who's the 75-year-old place kicker that beat you this past weekend?
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah,
Nick Folk.
Nick Folk. There you go.
I wouldn't have got that unless you gave me that clue.
There you go.
Nick Folk was on the Jets in 2000.
Wow. Yeah. 12 years ago, he was on the Jets. So anyway, all right, cool. We have no top 5 tonight.
No.
We took a week off of them. We're going to bring back top 10s.
Are we?
In 2 weeks. Well, maybe. We might do another top 5, but we'll see. But one of them will be they'll resurface in a couple of weeks on the next fun show. But I do have a second just a quickie, and then we're going to do the top. Then we're going to do the over under and the show. Second just a quickie is for the scroll up there is it's a non-sports just a quickie. We did this a couple weeks ago, so I thought it was cute to throw it in. I'm going to ask you both. Your favorite, when I say I'm not asking you to tell me what mine is. I want you to tell me what yours is. So I'm just saying, this is you answering the question, and saying the question to yourself. So your favorite.
Not trying to read your mind.
Right. Your favorite holiday of the year. So when I say my favorite holiday of the year is.
So I'm going to guess what Harry is going to say, and Harry's going to guess what I'm going to say. Is that what we're going for?
Not so much, no.
All right.
Your favorite holiday of the year is, Pete, you go first. Your favorite holiday of the year is?
I'll say
any time of year. Doesn't matter. Your favorite holiday of the year is?
St. Patrick's. No, that would be Bernie's. Halloween
Halloween.
by far.
Fair enough. Cool. Harry, your favorite holiday year?
Probably Halloween as well.
Hmm.
Do I have to pick a different one?
No, you can pick the same. I thought people was going to be spot on. I mean, St. Patrick's Day is your holiday, and that'll just mean that it's your holiday.
Have you ever been out on St. Patrick's Day?
Oh yeah, but it's still your holiday, though.
Well,
it used to be a lot more fun, didn't it?
Yeah,
I think when you're younger and drunker, yes.
Yeah.
It's a day that ruins my birthday and half my heritage. So I don't love it.
Fair enough. Mine, gents, and I understand where you're going with Halloween. Mine is by far is Thanksgiving.
Arbor Day.
Arbor Day. Arbor Day is close second.
Thanksgiving, really.
Thanksgiving.
National IPA month.
It's everything National Lager Day is mine. No, it's Thanksgiving by far because it's everything about Christmas without the nutty gift giving and all the other nuttiness. It's good friends, good family, good food, good beer and booze and bourbon and wine and everything else, and good football, hopefully. That remains to be seen this year. We'll see. All day long. So yeah, that's mine. Thanksgiving.
All right. That's a pretty good holiday.
All right. All righty. So that brings us to tonight's Pete's box over under. What is our over under tonight?
So we're gonna go back.
I
don't know. Well, we had a box in it once.
He was using a box for a while, yeah.
So I have here some brochures, which is hard to see. Anyway, this is for the company I work for, which is called Trellis.
Nice.
And
is that a pharmaceutical company?
No, it's I wish.
It looks.
We do deliver pharmaceuticals. It's a same.
That's what it kind of looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a little informational thing that we give out when we're trying to recruit new merchants to use our service. So they hand these, give these to some of the drivers, and when you go, you see a new place, you don't have a delivery right then. You go in and introduce yourself and say, "Hey, if you want to deliver some stuff, use us." So they give them to you in groups. Harry, you might do well at this. So I have here a bundle of them. I'm going to rifle through it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a bundle that I would take out with me. I have one of these in my car.
Okay.
Another nice look.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the over-under is going to be how many are in here. I'll leave it up. I'll give you the side view too.
All right. What's the number?
So the over-under is 31 and a half. Trellis brochures.
Can you hold one brochure up again? From that pile?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do this. There's the side view.
Mm-hmm. Hold it up.
So it's.
Yep.
It's a trifold.
All right. And hold up the stack one more time if you don't mind.
And it's. There you go. And what's the over under?
31 and a half.
31.
And I have written the answer here on this yellow piece of paper.
All right.
All right.
Now, while you're thinking about it.
Trellis. Brought to you by Trellis.
Trellis. We service Long Island and Queens. Soon to be expanding into the other boroughs of this great city.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. It's like Uber Eats for your pills.
No, we do not do hot food. We leave that to DoorDash and Uber Eats.
I was going to say it's like Uber Eats for your pills.
Yes, we do. We do. Actually, the big three are flowers, alcohol, flowers, alcohol, and gourmet chocolate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
pharmaceutical pharmacies you've
got a big day on Valentine's Day. Is a pretty big day.
Oh my God! Hundreds.
Flowers, alcohol, and
Mother's Day.
Just
and
Valentine's Day, so you had the flowers, alcohol, and the pharmaceuticals.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's quite
Valentine's Day and any funerals.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and Friday night.
Friday night, yeah.
Friday night, people are happy to.
Well, you guys have a pharmaceutical Friday, don't you?
I've literally had people like come out of the house to greet me when I have their pharmacy stuff. There's one house I've been there a couple of times. This guy comes out, and he's looking happy and altered already, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm glad to see you."
And he grabs his Viagra from you, and he goes inside.
You give him a dozen roses, some Cialis, and a Hershey's Kiss.
Yeah. So
he doesn't even order candy.
It comes in a little bit. No, I keep some. I actually took. We had a big bag of candy from Halloween. I took some leftovers that we had, and I gave them out to some people when I was driving around the day after Halloween. I was like, "Here, I don't want to eat this. Take it."
All righty.
No. Anyway, so 31.5. Let me show you the stack one more time.
Nice. There you go. All right, cool.
Johnny, why don't you go first?
Want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say under.
Under 31.5.
I'm going under.
By the way, these were printed in 2021, Harry, in case you were going to ask what year.
No. I'm going to go under as well.
Interesting. Well, I would count them.
No, you don't need to.
But that will take a long time because I'm going to take down the answer here and show you that there are, in fact,
37.
37 trellis brochures.
That was the first time my gut instinct was correct, and I went against it.
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell because of the trifold.
Right.
It's a little deceptive.
37 brochures.
But I was surprised when I counted them that there were 37. I would have figured there were maybe 28 or 30, and it just kept going.
So I was thinking
28 was my guess.
I was thinking it was like in the high 20s.
Yeah.
Maybe 30. I don't even think that would have been 31, but hey.
Yeah, I was surprised it was 37.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Well, there you have it.
I win.
Pete wins. Pete wins.
Pete wins. All right. Cool. Anything else?
I think that's all we got.
I think we're good, right?
Yes. I'm going to go find out how good Ron Johnson was.
Yeah, take a look. Good. He went to a couple of he went to a few at least two.
Who was better, Ron Johnson or Homer Jones?
I'd say Homer Jones. Well, Ron Johnson was a running back. Homer Jones was a wide receiver.
I bet who had better stats in his time with the Giants?
I'm going to say
Ron Johnson or Larry Zonka.
Ron Johnson.
I agree.
Yeah. So Larry Zonka wasn't a slouch by any means, but
he wasn't bad.
There was no team around him. The offense absolutely was putrid. Do you think the offense the last couple of years was bad?
Yeah.
No,
didn't you, when you were a kid, didn't Larry Zonka look like he was like 63?
He did.
Yeah, he looked like Ed Asner playing football.
He did. He definitely did.
Although I bet Ed Asner did play football.
I bet Ed Asner played football.
Asner looked like a pretty tough hombre.
Mm-hmm. So, and they definitely played. I think they had a team at the news station too.
I think that's what next week's list would be. We have to pick a starting football team, but it has to be comprised only of 70s actors.
There you go.
Television actors.
I like that.
Starting at fullbacks, Max Gale.
There you go.
I got Wilford Brimley as my nose tackle.
I damn well my edge rusher is Lou Ferrigno. So
yeah, if you can contain him. Yeah. Was it Merlin Olsen? I'm going to take Merlin Olsen.
No, I'm just going to take everybody. I'm going to take everybody that like Merlin Olsen, Alex Karras. I'm going to take
the
entire.
I'm going to take the entire cast of the Partridge Family, and 8 is enough.
Right. There you go.
What about
Bonaducci's a hell of a tight end.
Marinara. Right?
What the hell are you talking about?
Marinaro
Great
from
sauce.
was it from Hill Street?
Oh yeah, marinara.
Ed Marinaro, right?
That was
marinara.
80s though, not 70s.
That's 80s, right? Yeah.
But okay,
I think
so
you got to go. I think you got to look Barney Miller and
now on your team though is Ruben Kincaid.
Ruben Kincaid's like a coach.
He's the coach, right? Okay,
Yeah.
He looks like a coach. Yeah.
So there you go. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I would. Lori Partridge would definitely be a wideout.
Of course.
Yeah.
And Freddie Prinz is the wisecracking
That's
place
right.
kicker.
That's right. That's right. Fred Sanford, special teams coach.
Return for a touchdown.
That's
I'm
right.
coming, Elizabeth.
Who was Maud? She's got to be in there.
Oh yeah.
She's
What was the offshoot of Mary Tyler Moore?
Oh, there was
Maud?
three. There was three. It was Maud.
Maud, yeah.
There was
Rhoda.
Valerie and Rhoda.
Rhoda was an inside linebacker.
She could be a.
Here's an inside linebacker, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the?
Maud would probably be a tackle.
Yeah.
Be a left tackle. She was tougher than. And you know who else?
Was Rerun could be a tackle. Was he 70s or 80s?
70s.
How about,
What's happened is the 70s. Yeah.
What's her name from the Dick Van Dyke Show?
Mary Tyler Moore.
No, the woman that he worked with.
Oh, Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Right.
Right.
That's 60s, but yeah.
Is it 60s? Yeah, I
That's
didn't think they
60s.
made it into the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mary Tyler Moore was doing the Mary Tyler Moore show by the time it got to the 70s.
Yeah.
So, but Betty White was in that too. Betty White was in the Mary Tyler Moore show.
That's right.
Yeah.
Top 70 sitcoms. That's the top 10 list next week.
There you go. Top 70 sitcoms. Done. That's it. That's what we're doing.
Right.
We announced it here. You heard it here first, folks.
I'm gonna
All right.
write it down.
Write it down so we remember. Top 70s sitcoms. All right. On that note, while Pete writes, we'll wrap the show up for today. We want to thank everybody for watching. And for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thanks for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.getonwithitpodcast.com. That's getonwithitpodcast.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for the Get On With It podcast. And of course, all of our shows are available on YouTube as well on the Logger Room channel. Remember, we go live with a video podcast on both Facebook and YouTube every Wednesday night at 7:30 or around 7:30 Eastern time. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcast, and iHeartRadio as well. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. And we will talk to you soon, folks. Take care. Cheers.
Bye, everybody.